show you all how to do a small, you could call it a spell, but a small, I guess, ritual that'll help you to control a fear. Now, usually it doesn't take too long when it comes to small spells, and you can try different things. You don't, as I've said before in my previous video, you do not ever have to do anything exactly how I do it. It's just how I do it. These are just suggestions, and you can substitute anything that I have for what you may have sitting around the house or what you believe will work great for you. All right. So today I have in my little circle, my casting circle, I have 5 candles at the point of my pentagram, and I have a black stone in the middle. I'm not sure if you can completely see. My camera is pretty small, so I'm working with what I have. I also have sandalwood, a sandalwood cone burning for the energy, bring some good energy in and to heighten the surroundings that I'm in right now. I also have sage burning. You do not have to have sage burning while you have an incense burning because the area is already spiritual when you're burning incense. I have to burn sage while I have an incense burning because, well, let's just say in the past I've had quite a few paranormal experiences where a few uninvited guests would blow out my candles. So I have to sage while I'm in the middle of doing something that is life changing. Um, now, the point of the black stone is to represent your fear. You can have more than one stone, but it is best to work on them one at a time. I find that when you're focusing on one fear at a time, you put your full intent into that one fear, and then you move on to the next. Um, let's see, I have some white stones right here, which is going to represent, the good energy that I want to have instead of this one fear. Now, true enough, fear is what makes us who we are. Without fear, we won't take chances. We won't think things through. We won't take risk or things like that. It is okay to have fear. But sometimes fear can overwhelm us. It could take over or control our lives. It could stop us from doing things we love and we don't. Sometimes you get to the point where, you know what, I'm ready to get through this fear because I want to do more. And so I'm going to take a few white stones and put them in my circle, kind of surrounding the black stone, which is representing my fear, which my fear I won't, say out loud because some things you do want to be personal. You don't have to tell people, what you're working on. This is just, for me give an example to you, and this is a live spell of me doing this, so I am doing this for me live, even though I'm used to doing them solitary, but that's okay. I'm okay with doing it live because I feel like people will be appreciative if they see other people opening up about who they are and what they do, and it could help someone. So this is why I'm doing this. Okay, so I have my white stones circling my black stone in the middle of my pentagram, and I have my 5 candles at the 5 points of my pentagram. I also have, you will need, or you don't have to use one, but I'm going to use one. It's a pouch. You can use a pouch because you need something to be able to put your black stone in when you're done. So if you can, have your pouch or something to put your black stone in because we are going to end up burying it after we're done with the spell. All right, and I have my wand. Now, people are like, okay, why does she have a wand? Many witches, if you know, even if you're not a practicer, you may still have a wand. It doesn't necessarily mean, okay, I got a wand, I'm a witch. It's all about what you want to be. If you're a witch, then you're a witch. If you're just a person who has a wand, you're just a person who has a wand. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't categorize people. I try to be open to everyone, and that's where the key thing to getting people to be open about new ideas is going to come from us not categorizing each other. So I have my wand. It's got a little crystal at the end, a little goddess at the end. It's really pretty. I've had her for a while, thanks to a friend. Um, I use my wand every now and then. I don't use them during every circle greeting, which is what I tell my kids it's called, a circle greeting. I don't use my wand every time, but for sometimes I do, and I do feel like I would need my wand for this spell. A lot of the spells that I do are self-made. I do some spells that were recommended to me by other witches or that are passed down, but I feel that if you want to use your full intent for a spell to work or for a prayer to work, it has to come from you, what you believe, um, what you use, and what you put together will work at best. So, it's kind of like a do you situation where you make your own, you do your own, and it'll work out for you. Um, so let's see. As I said, I have my sandalwood burning in my little tower here. It smells lovely. I have my sage. It's burning, keeping any tricksters out of my area. So we have our pouch, we have our white stones, our fear stone in the middle, and our candles. All right, I do believe I have everything. All right, so today I'm going to show you how to kind of mobilize or kind of get through a fear that's taking over your life. For me, I'm just going to say that my fear is procrastination. Of course, my fear is a little bit more detailed than that, but then again, it's up here. Don't have to say it out loud. You don't either. If you're with someone, and if you are doing this with someone, the more people you have, it can make the spell or the prayer stronger. But sometimes it's best to start by ourselves, because if it's something deep that you're really working on, you only need your energy to kind of boost the spell. You need your energy to overflow the spell, because if you have someone else and their aura isn't completely towards what you're looking for or what you're working for, it could kind of go back and forth. Your energy could not be compatible, because the spell is for one thing and another person's is for another thing. So I do recommend, if this is your first time, even second, maybe even third, kind of doing it by yourself, because you want to get your energy in the flow of your area. When you're doing things like this, your aura, your chakra, your feelings, your emotions cloud your area. They surround where you're working, where you're praying, and so you want it to be fully on what your intent is. All right. So I have my white candles and my fear in the middle. So I'm just going to say mine is procrastination. So as I said in my first video, I procrastinate a lot. I start things and sometimes I don't finish them. I have so many things I want to do, and I'll start them and then I'll get halfway through and be like, oh, look at that, I want to try that. So, and it's okay. A lot of people go through life and they do that. There's nothing wrong with it, but sometimes we get to that point where we're like, I really need to stop doing that. And I'm at that point where I would like to stop starting and stopping things. So with this spell, or for me, it's a spell because I am a witch. Like I said before, I'm an eclectic witch. I have different paths, but I still categorize myself as a witch. With this spell, I'm going to kind of zone out. I don't want you to think that I'm doing it in front of the camera, true enough, but I don't want you to think that, okay, wait a minute, she's in her own space right now. Well, that's the case. Yes, I will be in my own space, and I want you to be doing the same whenever you put your spell together or your prayer together to do this. No one else should be, distracting you. Always try to find somewhere peaceful. I'm a single mom of 3 right now. My kids are watching educational TV, and so they're kind of to themselves. So I have a little bit of time to be, kind of to myself, and it's peaceful. So if you can find that time of day to do that, even with meditating, that would be great. That helps change and improve you each and every day you do it. So right now I am going to just kind of show you what I would do. And like I said, nothing is 100%. This is just how I would do it. So for this spell, I am working on procrastination. To take my wand. Like I said, you don't have to have a wand. You can easily use your hands. Your hands are magical. They are where your aura flow through your body, through the tips of your fingers, the top of your head, through your toes. All of those points in your body, they are your strongest points. And that's why I use a wand, because my fingertips are touching my wand, which means my wand It allows me to flow my, I'll say my magic throughout my body and into my spell. So, all right. So I have my spell. I like to close my eyes sometimes because closing your eyes allows you to kind of feel at peace. Take some deep breaths. Focus on your fear. Stare at the stone for a few moments. Think about all the fear you have in your mind and focus it on the stone. Imagine that the white stones are glowing, but the black stone is glowing as well, but it's got a dark aura around it. That would be your fear. The white stones have a white aura around them because they are trying to help die down or destroy your fear. Imagine that in your mind. You can have your eyes open or closed. Take a few moments to do this. Think of all the fear you have in your mind, that one fear. Think of different times where you've had this fear and place them in the stone with your mind. Allow your energy to flow into the stone. Once you've done that, speak out loud sometimes. Sometimes talking to things that aren't living, people think, well, why are you talking to a rock? Well, the rock is something that symbolizes something, so I needed to understand why I needed to be here. So for me, it's procrastination. So this is me talking to the stone. I need to stop procrastinating. I want to fulfill everything that I have stopped doing. I need you to stay into this stone. Stay in this stone and leave me be for a while. I thank you for your energy. I thank you for all you do. But I need to be me for a while. I need to fulfill what I want to start. I need to complete what I haven't completed. I need to do what I need to do. Then take a moment. Take a moment and imagine all of your fear, that one fear, going into the stone again. I like to take my wand and kind of circle around my circle. I need to complete what I need to complete. I need to do what I need to do. I need to be who I need to be. I need to release the spirit of procrastination. I send it into thee. I send it into thee. As I will it, so mote it be. Touch the stone. Feel your energy, all the fear go into the stone. You're releasing it. It's not a part of you right now. You should feel your arm and your hand tingling. You should feel a vibration from the rock. I can feel my vibration. It's pretty strong because I procrastinate very much. Focus. Do not get sidetracked. Do not worry. All you need to do is focus your energy, your fear, and place it into the rock. All right? Once you've done that, the rock is bound. Your fear is bound to the rock. Now, this isn't anything permanent. This is something temporary. It depends on how full your intent was in the spell or in the prayer. If it was pretty strong, it'll last. And trust me, you'll know when you need to renew it or do this again. Spells are like the wind blowing. Sometimes the wind blows for a while. Sometimes it blows for a quick second. You will either have to do it again recently or soon, or you'll have to wait a little while because it worked pretty well. Spells are always based on our intent, what we really, really want. If you're not 100% sure, then your spell's not going to be 100% sure, or your prayer is not going to be 100% sure. It is and always have been about faith. And I don't mean religious wise, because I'm not a religious person. I'm a spiritual person. But faith is something that mankind has had long before any religion has come to pass. And it all depends on your intent. So your intent in this prayer or in this spell will be based on the outcome. The outcome will be based on this. So when you think about your fear that you just placed into this stone, was your intent pure? Was it full? Is that all you thought about? Did you focus your energy into the stone? Do you feel lighter? Do you feel a little bit happier? Do you feel like you could succeed? If so, then you're great. If not, it's no problem. You could always do it again. You still have an open spell, an open prayer here. If you need to go over there a couple more times, there's nothing wrong with that. I've had to do and say a spell 2 or 3 times because I feel like, oh, maybe I didn't put 100% into it the first round. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes we just have a little doubt in us, and we're human. We're going to doubt sometimes. But that just means you need to put more into what you're doing. So once you've done that, and I'm 100% sure that I put my full intent into this, because this is something I've been struggling with for a very long time. So, now that you've finished, or just say you've done it a couple more times and you're 100% sure, all you do now is you take your bag that you're supposed to have on the side or something that you can put the stone in. Place the stone in your hand. When you place it in your hand, place it in the palm of your hand. Place it in the palm of your hand, and then you hold it up to your face like this. And then you say, I release thee to the earth in which they came. And then you put it into the pouch. Close it up. I like to tie my pouches. Place it in the middle where the stone sat. Once you've done that, take your finger or your wand or your hand, and now it's time to close it. When you're doing a spell or a prayer, you don't want any negative energy to come back on you. You want it to be sealed for as long as it can be. So what I say is, with harm to none, this spell or prayer is done. Let it not be reversed or used unto me as any curse. I release thee into the earth, and so I shall see. I've done the will, so mote it be. Alright. So now that you're done with your prayer or your spell, you always, before releasing any objects or any type of talisman or any type of anything that you're using that's an object that's going to be taken from the circle, snuff your candles first. We prefer to snuff them rather than blow them out, but blowing them out is fine. If you have a snuffer, just this, it is best to use it because when you're doing a prayer and a spell, blowing is considered a wind element. So you don't want it to blow any of your energy out of your circle. Your energy is still in your circle, and you want it to remain there, still infusing into the rock, which is now placed into a pouch. Alright, so you snuff out your candles. One by one. Yep, that one didn't want to go out. One by one. While doing this, think of all the things you're going to achieve now that you've placed a fear away. Be happy. Be glad. You don't want to be, well, I'm not 100% sure it'll work. That's where the doubt starts to pour into your spell. You don't want that, or your prayer. You don't want that. You want to be 100% sure. You want to be so happy and overjoyed that this spell is done, and you're 100% sure that from now on, whatever your fear was, is not going to interfere with anything that you've been trying to do. So, I have my pouch. Once you have your pouch or whatever you put your stone in, go outside and bury it by a tree. A tree that's looks like it's been there for over 100 years. Trees are spiritual beings. When you bury things by them, they protect them, and they allow their energy to flow into your spell as well. They're very, very, very sweet to us, even if some of us aren't as sweet to them. take care of our earth, guys. We love it and it loves us. Mother Earth has always been sweet and provided everything for us, so take care of her. All right. So this bag is, by the way, it dissolves. So of course it is okay to put into the earth. Everything I use is pretty much natural or I've made myself. The stone is a rock, of course, so it'll be okay to go back into the earth. All right. So I just wanted to show you guys a way to help with fear. This, like I said, can go to any fear you have. And as I said before, you can do this as many times as you need. If you feel like for me, if I feel like I'm starting to procrastinate again, I'll do this small spell again. Um, it helps me in every way. I have done it before, and it was a good almost a year before I needed to do it again. So definitely take some time if you feel like this is something that's calling to you. I will have a bundle of videos coming back to back because as you can see, I have over 500 subscribers now, which is great considering I started a few days ago. I'm excited for everyone who's watching my videos and liking them. I'm always glad to see you guys commenting, and I will try to comment back as soon as possible. I'm really happy to be here, and I'm glad that you guys are watching my videos and asking questions. You can follow me on Twitter, Sookie Belladonna. If you ever have any questions, you can always email me or reach out to me through Twitter or through here. All right. Well, if you guys ever have any questions, just let me know. And again, this is Sookie B, and you have a blessed day.